Welcome to growing my veggie garden. Come on in. Growing our zucchini and yellow squash in a raised bed was supposed to be a temporary place for our summer squashes. We knew that the plants needed a deeper bed because the roots need at least 2 feet to grow. But we still sowed the seeds because we plan to transplant them to a bigger flower pot. Unfortunately, before we could complete our goal, we met the cotton caterpillar. This was a very hungry caterpillar, devouring a plant every other day. We found out this caterpillar was a moth caterpillar, and we went on a mission to figure out what the moth was capable of. Most moths are nocturnal. Nocturnal means that the moths are active at night. Generally, moths fly at night. This is another difference from butterflies. Butterflies are diurnal. Diurnal means that they are active during the day. Butterflies can be crepuscular. This means that the butterflies tend to be active at dawn or at dusk. An example of the butterflies is the giant owl native of Central America, South America, and Mexico. They're called owl butterflies because of their huge eye spots that look like owl eyes. Moths are not considered valuable until after a few studies of moths prove that they are beneficial pollinators. Like the hawk moth or sphinx moth, they benefit the pollination of pale trumpeted flowers. The moths fly around these clusters of flowers as the hummingbirds. They beat their wings rapidly while they're hovering over the flowers when feeding. There are also moths that cause significant losses to crops, like the Diavinia indica or the cucumber moth. Knowing that we had our surroundings, a moth that could destroy our summer squash, made us think that we needed to prevent the moth from laying eggs on our plants again. Our mission now was to protect what we had left. Chemical control was out of the question. We needed something that would prevent the moths from reaching our summer squash plants. After talking to a few friends and doing our research, we decided to use garden mesh. Garden mesh is made of thermoplastic, one of the most adaptable materials of our time. It protects plants from the pests, especially insects. It also provides protection against wind, too much rain, hail, and it offers 20% shade. We covered our whole patch, except for the zinnias, and checked for signs of the Diavinia indica moth. We still sprayed our patch with our organic treatment, which was liquid dish soap, eucalyptus oil, and thyme oil. After 1 week, we found the pupa and caterpillars. We cleaned our plants from any eggs we found. We sprayed and covered again our patch. After the second week, we found a couple of moths trapped inside our garden mesh. They were small and dead. This was a sign that the moths didn't have food to eat, so this is a good sign. After the third week, we found one adult female moth. Until this day, we had never seen an adult moth, only in pictures. She was beautiful. We looked for the signs of the eggs, the larvae, the caterpillars, or pupa. We didn't find any. We thought this is a good sign that the female moth was not able to lay eggs anymore or feed. We were hoping that the rest of the female moths would also go away. After the fourth week, we did not find any signs of moths, caterpillars, eggs, or larvae. This was a sign that we were waiting for. Today, we continue to cover our patch with a garden mesh because we do not want our summer squash to get infested again. We're hoping our zucchini and yellow squash will have a full recovery, and we will transfer them to a ground bed or a bigger pot. Having solved the moth problem, we were very confident that our garden would grow even stronger. But then we realized that we were having a permanent garden mesh would prevent the other good pollinators from coming to our patch. That meant that we would have to grow vegetables that didn't need pollination. Lucky for us, we had planted seeds of lettuce, spinach, onions, radishes, dill, arugula, and collard greens. Which one would grow for us to harvest first? You'll have to join us in our next vlog to know the answer. Thank you for tuning in. It's always so much fun to have you in our patch. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our social media channels. See you next time. Bye.